Hi. Today I want to kind of pick up on something we talked about a long time ago, and that's opening a bottle. I had a situation come up where a friend of mine at work was all excited because she discovered a new opener. That's Michelle, in case you're listening. Anyway, it's not really new. It's been around for quite some time. We're going to talk about that. That's called a rabbit. And then I also want to touch on another one. I don't know what the name of it is, but we'll just start with it. And one other thing along that line I want to talk about is a foil cutter. It's got three different things. So just a quick review. If you recall a while back, we talked about the main kind of opener, the most prominent one, I guess. It's the waiter's opener. Has a little thing for leverage, and this is the corkscrew part that goes down, and it also has the knife blade in it for cutting the foil or the capsule. That's this is my personal favorite. We won't go into it, but let's just continue on here. All right, so first of all, I want to talk about the foil cutter or the capsule cutter. Now this is one example of it, and I'm going to hold up close. You can kind of see the inside of it. Now see those little silvery things? Those are like little cutting discs. Now I got a bottle here, and the way this works is obviously the top of the bottle, and you set that right on there, and then when you push this little button, it basically just squeezes it, and that clamps those little cutters right down on the top of the bottle. You turn it and it cuts. Now that's one example. This is another one. It's pretty much the same thing, and you can see when you squeeze it together, it just tightens up, and those little cutting things do their job. Now this one is, it's about the same concept. It's just a little different design. Actually, let's give that one a try. Now this is important because, okay, let's get going here. Ah, yes. Now, if you notice when I pulled that off, you have cork is visible, perfectly clean cut on the edges. And inside here, if it will come out, ah, there it is. There's the top part of the capsule, perfectly cut off. A little bit of frayed edge there, but nothing to worry about. Okay, so those two items are very necessary if you're going to use, first of all, one of these guys. Now, a lot of people prefer this because they think it's a lot easier to use. Now, the idea is you put it on top of the bottle, if you've not seen one, and as you screw it in, let me give this a little, kill my cork here. In fact, I'm not going to do that, but anyway, put it right on top, and as you screw it in, get this loose, the little arms lift up. Now, if you can see what happens underneath here, let's get up closer there, the corkscrew part is actually going into the bottle. So at this point, your bottle would be all the way up there, and then now you just take these levers, you pull down, and it pulls the cork out. They're not bad. I've seen a lot of cheaply made ones where the screw part is more like an actual screw, like a wood screw, where it just tears corks apart. I don't like these because they don't have an easy way to cut the foil off or cut the capsule off, and to me they're just not as handy. They're too bulky to carry around. Put them in a drawer, that's fine, but if you're out traveling, picnic or something like that, they're just, I don't think, convenient. So that brings us up to the official one we're going to talk about today. Now I will actually demonstrate this one, but I don't want to open too many bottles. It's called a rabbit, and you've actually probably seen one here in some of my older videos. I'll pull it up here just to give you an idea. This guy is a stand-mounted rabbit, and it was kind of a promotion when I joined a club. I don't care for it. It works, but it's going to be the same principle. This is the ears part that you use in a rabbit. Turn it sideways here. And you see that just clamps on the bottle, holds it in this position. And then here's the handle that you go down, and that drives the screw down, which you can't really see, and then back up to pull the cork out. So this is going to work the same way as what I'm about to show you. So let's take a look at this one up close. Now I talked about the ears, that's these parts here. Now in this one, this moves. This one is rigid, it's solid, it stays intact. Now this would go over the bottle this way, and at that stage, when you clamp it closed, that holds the bottle in place. And once you do that, then you lift the lever, and probably can't see it that well. Oops, I start out with the lever up. Then you clamp it, push it down, that goes into the cork. Fingers are in the way there. And you can probably hopefully see the screw right there. And then as you pull it back up, that pulls the cork out. You release the bottle, let it come back out, and then clamp down again with it empty. Now all you'd have on there is the cork, and I'll show this later. And then you hold it, pull it up, and the cork comes out. So it's kind of a clever concept. I think it's a little bit too much for myself, but some people like it. Okay, so let's get a little closer look at this now. So bear with me while I move the camera. Okay, now I got the bottle repositioned here. And as I said, here's the rabbit opener. We start with this lever in the up position. Now all we have to do is position this on top of the bottle, squeeze it mostly just to hold it in place. Now hopefully I can do this from this angle. All we're going to do is push that down. Now that drives the screw into the cork. So we're coming down here and now it's in the cork. At this point we pull up, which is a little awkward from this position, but it should be up all the way, and as you see, no more cork. Oh, where did that cork go? It's right here. Okay, now I'm going to try to do this way so it'll show up better. Now let's go ahead and do it the real way. Alright, hopefully you can see this as it comes out. Oop, there it went. Okay, that's all there is to it. Let's go back and do the official here. Okay, got the bottle open. Now, this is the part we've all been waiting for. I know I have. Give me a nice little tasting pour, good twirl there. Oh, this is great. This is one of my favorites. This is a blend of Petite Sirah and Petit Verdot. Petit Verdot, you may or may not have heard of. Probably not as much. It's one of the Bordeaux blending grapes. So it's very rare to find it just as a straight varietal, a bottle of Petit Verdot. Petit Sirah is a little bit more common. Don't always find it as a single, but you can find it a lot more often. Needs to breathe a bit, but oh, that's so good. Haven't had one of these for a long time. And this, I believe, comes out of Lodi. Well, someplace on there it tells me. Yep, there it is, Lodi. Anyway, I hope that's something that benefits from you. If you have any questions about this, please feel free to leave them in the comments and I'll get an answer to you as quickly as I can. If you have anything else that you'd like to see in the video, please leave that in the comments also. If you learned something, give me a thumbs up. Let me know how I'm doing on these things. In the meantime, cheers. People are a little leery of them. That would be like a mail order wine club. It's kind of wine of the month or whatever. Now, I do happen to belong to one of those, and I have enjoyed it thoroughly and completely. I'm not getting paid for this or anything, so I'm not going to mention the name, but it is out there, and the way mine works is I get a case of wine every 3 months. Now, I do not know what I'm going to get other than the fact that I can specify red, white, or mixed. They're all different from all over the world, and this particular wine club I'm very fond of. I've never had a bad wine from them. They're just really good, and they're fairly inexpensive.